Traders, this is Rich with PrisonWithMarkets.com. Today is July 14th, 2025. We all trade at our own risk. The majority of us don't have a clue of what risk really means. Risk starts before the execution of a trade, not after. A false sense of security using stop losses will only do harm and not good. As you continue to get in the market over and over and over again, because you have a stop loss, is not a way to trade. Your account and your P&L will go negative with 1,000 cuts in the red. Doesn't matter how big or small, over a period of time, you will not have any money left over in your account. As you continue to watch gamblers each and every day who stream live, some for money, some for pleasure, some to socialize, clickbait, false sense of security, socializing in the market with valuable money. Do you value your money? Do you value a skill? Has anyone ever told you it takes a skill to trade in the market? And if so, who was it? Did they actually have a skill? Or were they just feeding you clickbait over and over again? These are the things you need to think about, traders. Men and women across the world are wondering why certain individuals are profitable and others are not. There are a lot of variables that takes place. And the majority of people that are profitable, in my opinion, are gambling. All they do is the math. Lose 9 and win just 1. Lose 3 and win 2 more. Lose another 9 and win just 1. Just win more than you lose. That's all you have to do. That is a gambling mentality that will lead you nowhere. Trading can be stressful. A lot of people talk about fear of missing out. Where does that come from? I saw a psychologist speak the other day on trading, saying that basically he provides a service to traders who are having psychological issues when it comes to trading. About taking a loss or gains, allowing winners to run, cutting your losses short. Let me ask you a simple question, traders. How is it possible, think about this logically, how is it possible that any psychologist can actually give you advice on trading if they don't know how to fucking trade themselves? Are you a person that sits there and goes to a counselor each and every day, wondering how you can perform better at your job? Look in the fucking mirror. Are you trying your best? Are you doing your best? Are you actually gambling, or are you working on an objective skill in the market? What is wrong with you, traders? How are you lured into the money? The fancy cars, the watches, eye candy, all over the place, boats, water, jet skis, you name it, mansions, Dubai, all across the world. Are you impressed? Work on yourself. Don't worry about others. Work on your skill. It actually takes work to go to the gym, doesn't it? How many people have a membership at a gym and don't go, but they pay each and every month? It's work, traders. You got to get up and get to the gym. Trading is no different. You got to get up and get to the charts. You have to study each and every day. And if it's not each and every day, that's okay also. But you have to put in the work in order to get it. Do you really know how to get it in the market? Are you really working on a skill? Because picking highs and lows, overextended price, breakup structures, supply and demand, how is that working out for you? Can you actually teach someone that? Can you actually teach someone objective trading using the words I just described? How is that even possible? Each and every high and low is different. You know that. Some might have 4 wicks. Some might have 1. Some might be a week old or a day old, 5 minutes, 1 hour, 30-minute candle. Price moves up and down for a reason. It's because it was designed that way. That's all. Price fluctuates up and down for reasons unknown that you and I cannot describe. And here you have people on the internet telling you that it's moving towards liquidity. That's amazing. They're gamblers. Not all. I respect traders. I do not respect those who gamble. How do you even know what you see on TV, YouTube, the stats that you may get in the mail or email? How do you even know if those are correct? You don't. Well, one thing you do know is whether or not you have a skill. People talk about the cost of doing business and trading. That's not accurate. It's an assumption. Just because there's an entry in or an exit or a round trip price doesn't mean that there wasn't any slippage. For example, I've been green each and every day for a long time recently, and I still have bits and pieces of red when I go back in the history. How does all of the contracts not get filled? Especially when I'm deep in profit. That's because of slippage. I don't care what the price is getting in the market. Like I said before, and I'll say it again, Charles Schwab was charging $29.95 to get in the market and $29.95 to exit back in the 90s. I knew what my price was getting in and out of the market. Now they have maybe a $4 round trip. If you're on some prop firms, maybe a $2 and something round trip, $3 and something round trip. Why do we have so much slippage? Why is there an astronomical amount on the sidelines of slippage? If I'm green each and every day, how come my hit rate isn't in the high 90s? Pretty logical question, right? Green each and every day, and my hit rate is not in the high 90s. That's because of slippage, not because of the cost to get in and out. That's because the orders were not filled altogether. It's the system. The system we are trading on is not accurate. I say this because I'm looking at the data. It's not accurate. So why believe? I keep saying this. Believe half of what you see and nothing you hear. Pick and choose who you follow. But if they don't have a skill, you're fucked. A gambling mentality is a lot easier to have than someone who is working on a skill. There are a lot of people in life that don't want to admit that they're wrong. Don't want to admit that they need to work on something. Don't want to admit that they really suck at trading. They don't want to admit that because they want to be like someone else. But the people that they're following are actually gamblers, and they don't even know how to recognize that. How is that going to make you a better trader? I teach the mentees one-on-one, or how to go through the market in a methodical way, looking for objective gems in the market, understanding price, where it's headed, and why, with objective evidence. They can get better each and every day because they have a baseline. They understand what to look for. They understand what it means over and over and over again. I teach them one-on-one, right in front of their eyes. I tell them to forget everything that you've learned on YouTube University. Whatever discords you were in, whatever educational courses that you've had, forget it. Forget it. I didn't say throw it away. I just said forget it. Great, that was your tuition to the market. Now let's learn how to fucking trade. Now let's learn how to trade the market and follow the market like glue. It is possible. I can do it. It is possible. They are doing it. It is possible when you have a mentor who can teach you one-on-one. This isn't a selling pitch. This is reality. If you're not prepared to pay for your education, stay out of the market. If you think that you're going to gamble into profitability, good luck. Because one day, you're going to lose it all. Yes, let's say that again. One day, you're going to lose it all. And when you do, you're going to be very upset. And those around you are also going to be upset. You may feel like you let your family down. Your kids, your loved ones, your wife, your girlfriend, whoever it may be. If you don't have a skill, then you should not be in the market. Because if you did lose everything one day, you can always get that back. It may take you a little longer. That's okay. It may not. But the bottom line is, you have built a foundation to succeed no matter what. If you didn't have a winning day today, there's tomorrow. Not in a gambling way. You actually don't even know what that feels like, do you, trader? You have no idea what that feels like at all. Because you are gambling. You have no idea what it feels like to get up 30 minutes before the market open, make your coffee or tea, whatever it may be. Maybe do a 20-minute exercise. Who knows? Flip on the chart, 2 minutes before the bell, the market opens, you get your trades in, and you're out, and you're done for the day. That fast. Are you there? How are you going to get to that point? Who are you following to get you to that point? Who is mentoring you that understands the market that well? Who can teach you how to trade objectively in the market? Do you know anyone? How much money have you spent on your stop losses? How much money have you spent on prop firms? Add it all up, because that is the money that you could have paid for your education. And maybe the education you paid for didn't work out. That's okay, because we've all done that. We've all done that. Learning a skill and a skill set is for life. The market does not change, traders. The market is algorithmic, big and small, all over the place. What's not there today will be there tomorrow. If it's not there tomorrow, it'll be there the next day. And if you have a skill, who gives a shit? You trade it either way. It doesn't matter. Waiting for your favorite zone, huh? What's the definition of a zone? What rhymes with zone? Leave it alone. A fucking zone, right? This is a zone. Trading in the zone. Oh, okay. Nice. Who says that was a good zone? What is price supposed to do when it gets there? Do they even fucking know? No, they don't. They're just telling you it's a great zone. If it's a great zone, ask them, what is price supposed to do? What am I supposed to look for? Can they tell you? And then can you go back in history and verify what they told you is accurate? Does it repeat itself? Oh, those are easy questions to ask, but very fucking hard to answer. Why? Because they don't know what the fuck they're doing. They're just telling you something that they feel you want to hear. They're telling you what a great job you have. They're telling you what a great job you're doing, because that pumps you up. As you pay for a service for them, they're telling you what a great job you're doing. You know what's funny is when a mentee reaches out and we communicate back and forth, I'm not going to tell them what they want to hear. I'm going to be very frank and honest with them so they understand if they're on the right track or not. If their train is moving down that track where it's unstoppable, where they're gaining their skill each and every day. Every trader may have an issue somewhere, but it all boils down to not practicing a piece of the puzzle. Yes, a puzzle. Can you imagine that? There are pieces to the puzzle, and you must practice each piece and understand where that piece goes each and every time. That is objective trading. That is confidence. Can you actually get a 100% hit rate in a day? Not expected by any means. Who would expect that? Is that attainable? Absolutely. With a lot of trades? Absolutely. Will slippage get in there and skew that? Absolutely. Can you be green every day with a high probability? Absolutely. Why not? Why not? Can the favorite basketball player three-point shot? How often can they do that? I don't even know, but I'm sure it's somewhere mathematically. High probability, right? They pass the ball to the person that shoots the best three-pointer and they sink it. No fear. Do you think he's talking to a fucking psychologist prior to the game? Ask yourself that question. Do baseball players, hockey players, do you think a hockey player goes and sees a psych before game time to figure out how he's not going to get his ass kicked on the ice? Or he's going to go out there and fucking play the game, and whatever happens, happens, because he has a skill, and he will react without hesitation, without fear. And if he needs to check somebody, he will. He'll either be checked or he'll check. What is wrong, traders? Why are you any different? Why am I any different? How can you sit there and wonder why you are not profitable when you yourself haven't even put in the work? You're gambling. You're looking at a chart in the middle of the night or the night before trying to figure out where your zone is. What the hell are you doing? Who taught you that? That is wrong. Why would you do that? Why? Because 95% of the herd is doing that. It looks good. Someone has 15 years in the market and they're telling you this works. just win more than you lose. Like a first grader. Like no shit, right? It's kind of like going to the store to buy a drink. And a second grader in the car says, "Hey dad, hey mom, hey brother, make sure you have more than it costs." Like no shit, right? Why are you going to go shopping if you don't have any money? It sounds like a stupid question, but it's logical, right? Why are you going to get in the market if you don't even have a skill? Why are you going to get in the market if you don't even know what to do to gain a skill? Why are you going to get in the market if you don't even know where you're at in the market? You believe, I think, price reacted before, a hunch, intuition. You have this skill that no one else has, that you know where price is going to go without even having a skill. It's just in your brain. It's just something that comes over you to lose every dime and nickel you ever had. I understand, traders. No one likes to lose. I don't want you to lose. I see it all the time. I see traders that want to be traders. And I believe that you're really not a trader unless you have a skill in the market. That's my belief. You can say what you want to say. But if you don't have a skill in the market, you're not a trader. You can be a profitable gambler if that's what you want to be. But remember, you can't gamble your entire life, because one day it's going to catch up to you. Yes. You know, even someone with a skill in the market will be humbled. Absolutely. There's not one trader, not one gambler in the market that will not get humbled by the market. The only difference is the actual trader can get back up on his or her feet, and move forward, shake it off, brush it off, and never look back. The gambler's going to go need that fucking psychologist that we talked about. And the psychologist is going to say, "Oh, you were greedy. You should have known better. Don't be greedy. Take your profits. Cut your losses short." Remember I told you in that psychological session? Cut your losses short, like no fucking shit. Right? But nothing said that there was, a manipulation candle that went down 300 fucking points on a 1 minute chart. 1,200 ticks all of a sudden. And the psychologist is going to try to tell you, understand to take your losses? How is a person going to give you advice if they don't have a fucking skill in the market? Think about that, traders. You can go out and get the best trading psychologist in the world. Do you think a fighter gets in the ring and wants to talk to a shrink before he gets in there? What's the shrink going to say? Don't hurt the guy? Or gal? Let's get real, man. It's a reality check. This is a reality check. Think about what I'm saying. I am doing this on my own time, giving back to the community. Like, share, and subscribe. I have better things to do in my life. But I want to give back to you. You and your family. You and whoever you're around. You and your friends. I don't want to see you lose money. I value money, and I know you do too. Unfortunately, we have piss poor education in the trading industry. That's a fact. So for all of those who understand and that are trading objectively in the market, continue to do so. If you really understand the market. And in my humble opinion, which remember, opinions don't mean shit, but if you're able to follow the market like glue and understand what the market is doing throughout the entire day, then you are going to have the highest probability trades available for you. That's a fact. How can anyone dispute that? No one can dispute that. If you have a skill where you can analyze that market and understand where it's going, why it's going there, and what it's doing and what to look for, objective gems in the market throughout the entire market, how can anyone dispute that would not be the primary way to trade? Then you just have to figure out leverage. Remember, leverage and pushing a button is the easy thing to figure out. It's the skill, because anybody can load up after losing 9 trades in a row. Anyone can load up full port, 1 trade with a lucky spike in their direction. Anyone can fucking do that. You don't even need any trading experience whatsoever. So why do you want to be that person? Why do you want to be that one-time holy grail? Why do you want to be that I had $200,000 a week and then I can't fucking trade the rest of the year? Why do you want to be that person? How about making $500 a week consistently through your entire life? Why only 500? Because you don't want to put any more in the market. But that doesn't mean that you don't have the skill. See, money traders means nothing. I'm not impressed by somebody posted $80,000, $100,000, $1 million. That doesn't impress me. Why? Because I have a fucking skill in the market. That's impressive. A skill. Not just because I have it, because I understand what a skill can do. Just multiply it by the leverage. If you're using one lot, multiply it by 15, 20, 50 lots, whatever your guru thinks that they're fucking using. Think about it. Are they using services that cannot be verified? Even some of the best services out there, even some of these prop firms come up with these statistics, and the statistics are wrong. Nothing is for certain. So don't believe that shit. Look for a skill. If you go to the ballpark and say you're playing softball, right? Say you're playing softball and there's scouts out there. There's scouts out there. I'll tell you a story. I was playing softball and I was in a tournament and there was a scout that had a team. It's called Premium Hay softball. And they traveled. It was a traveling team. And I was down from college and stuff playing ball, just minding my own business. And I had hit a couple home runs out of the park during that game, and I got approached by the owner of Premium Hay. I had no idea who Premium Hay was. And he said, "Hey, would you like to play for us?" And I'm like, "Who are you?" "Well, I own Premium Hay. There's a lot of travel teams, and there's a lot of, well, you know, now, I mean, they're everywhere now, but there are a lot of travel teams that will go and pick up ball players." He flew us, paid for hotels, went from different states, played in the World Hispanic Tournament, and won that. All of this stuff. It's amazing, truly amazing that someone understands talent. If you have a skill, someone is going to recognize that you have a skill. You can't gamble your way through life. You can't gamble your way through a sport. It's consistency. It's not consistency on your mindset, okay? It's consistency on your skill set. Do you understand that? So I was basically recruited. I'm only just giving an example. That's all. But I was basically recruited to go play with this team, and I was the youngest on their team to play because he saw a skill that he wanted on his team. That's it. It wasn't by what I said I could do. He recognized the skill, and he wanted that skill on his team. And he was into winning. He had millions of dollars. He was into winning. He wanted to win. He wanted the trophy every time. He wanted the trophy all the time. He had the money, he enjoyed it, and that's what he did. So it's just like all these travel teams that kids and maybe your family and stuff like that. You understand, they take the best players. A lot of people don't like that, but hey, when you become one of the best, at that moment in time, people are going to recognize you, right? So that's what I'm here for. I'm here to teach a skill to traders. Why? I have a skill. Therefore, I can teach others that same skill, and I can mentor them as often as possible. As often as they need to have someone to fall back on, to someone to say, "You're not doing it right. This is what you need to do. Why did you do that? I didn't teach you that. You're still gambling. Get out of that habit. If you're going to gamble, don't show me those trades." It's pretty simple. If you want to learn how I trade on a daily basis, go to breathingwiththemarkets.com and I will mentor you one-on-one. Traders, you really, really need to listen. It is the most freedom that you can have in the market. The most freedom you can have in a market is if you can look at that market in an objective way and understand that you don't even have to take a trade at this moment in time, that there will be a setup as soon as possible for you to get in that market. Trading objectively. Not waiting 5, 6, 10, 20, 30 minutes coming up to a fucking zone that you call a zone and you think that you're going to turn price around. That shit is stupid. If you truly want to learn how to trade, go to breathingwiththemarkets.com and I will mentor you. The only people that are not allowed are haters and naysayers. And you know who you are. That's the only people. But I'm giving back to a community and I'm waiting for you. I wish you well. I wish you peace and strength and work on that skill. Peace, traders.